We have it on Saturday, we have it on Wednesday. So with these 2 market days now, we hope that Monday will be under complete lockdown. So we are reducing that to reduce the flow of persons around that area. Then we observe critically that there is problem at Kubwa area, although we had same but not at the same magnitude at Lugbe FHA. Within the Dusi Alahaji stretching to Kubwa, too much of commercial motorcycle operations here. And the minister took a decision which was very clear that commercial motorcycle should not be allowed to operate in Kubwa and Dusi Alahaji. First of all, we look at it, can it be Kubwa? But because both settlements appear to have been fully merged together, when you are going on the Outer Northern Expressway, which is the Kubwa Road, you discover that after the what do you call it, Public Service Institute, you find that long stretch on Dusi Alahaji, you can't even tell where the boundary is. So from that particular stretch down to Kubwa, within the lockdown period, commercial motorcycle should not operate at any time. If they do, they will be arrested, they will be impounded. Both the rider they will both face the mobile court. So I think these are some of the critical decisions that we are taking and resolved at that meeting, which was chaired by the minister, Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, and we looked at that. And we also agree to also intensify enforcement, intensify lockdown, because somehow we observed that, the president and commander-in-chief was very clear. We got a long exemption list, which no one can blame the president, because what is in his mind as the father of the nation is to ensure that we fight coronavirus, but we don't die of hunger. Let those who are selling food, let those who are selling petrochemical, the petroleum product, let them also go. The security agencies, the NTA from the media, he gave a long exemption list, but some of the places are violating it. So now we now have a strict enforcement policy, which we've been operating since then. I think so many issues coming up.
Sure. In terms of the sanctions in these mobile courts, what kind of sanctions are going to be meted out to violators?
Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, and thank you very much. This afternoon, I just had some times. I came to the FCTA, and within a short time, I just got some real bad fake news. It looks like a good fake news, but it's fake news. And when fake news comes out, the end result is detrimental, particularly when you are quoting a source that is not the source of the news. Some persons quickly rush with some posts on social media saying that the FCTA brought out fines and sanctions for some persons. What do you call it now? Heavy-duty vehicles, trailer and trucks, you pay XYZ if you are impounded. When it comes to tricycle, you pay this. Motorcycle, you pay this. Saloon car, you pay this. That news that is even trending now is a fake news.
I've seen it. Yeah.
It's a fake news.
Even pedestrians.
Fake news. Because one, you paint a pic that the person who fabricated that from a demonic heart is painting a picture that the whole exercise is about making money. No, it's not about making money. Persons are dying across the world. We got about 10 death plus in Nigeria. So what can we do to solve all of this? Let's stay indoor. The purpose is to get us stay indoor so that we can carry out some intensive contact tracing and get those with COVID-19, check them and treat them and let them go back. Once this is done, we can all come back to our normal life. It's not about making money. The FCT administration, under the leadership of Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, had not come up with any fine for the period of COVID-19. Those who will be at the magistrate court will look at it in line with the laws and take it in line with the laws. You can't just sit down and fabricate something and you circulate and everyone is just sharing without verification. Thanks to many persons, I've got about 70 persons who called me. Some dropped message on my social media platforms asking me, and this even the SSA media to the FCT minister, Mala Obakar Asani, got so many calls. Dr. Juma Amodu and her team from the call center and the situation room are getting every call, so many calls from persons asking them, why is this guideline? And we have all been debunking that. The director of DRS, Mr. Wadata Bondinga, had come out very clear that that did not emanate from the FCTA, and we are hoping to see a kind of statement also coming from his end, which he also will be sending out this evening, with everyone debunking that fake news. And I thank NTA for giving me this platform. We have not fixed any fine. Let the magistrate, let the court look at the law and take decision. These are very qualified judges here from the bench. So you can't go and fix and ask them to take it. Under what ground? You don't fix and give a judge to go and prosecute persons, or to go and jail persons on the ground of an agreement or a fine. You fix. It's not done. Let the judge listen to the prosecutor, listen to the person, let him hear from both the prosecutor and the defense and take a decision, and not us fixing. We did not fix any fine.
All right. In terms of this issue of allowing security agents allowing non-essential workers to pass roadblocks, paying bribes and that kind of thing. What is your body doing to curb this?
Yeah, we've got that complaint before that some officials are compromising. I think the minister had spoken to us about that, on the need for us to understand that those that must come to equity and must come to justice, those that must enforce must come with clean hands. You don't collect bribe. And like what I said before, if I'm proud to work with some persons, one is the FCT minister. They know him already for that. He actually detests corruption and bribe. That complaint had come, and I must say that I also have gotten such suspicion, because at some point when we are doing enforcement, somebody is coming all the way from one particular axis into the city, and this person has passed 6 checkpoints only to arrive at where we are. No exemption pass, is not on the exemption list of the president, and the person had passed all of this checkpoint. Now the question you will be asking yourself, or we as the enforcer, is how come you pass all of these roadblocks and get to us? And sometimes you find some guys who had passed this roadblock, when they finally meet us, they will be telling you, Oga, can I see you? You know what that means? Let's talk at the corner. That means the person is already guilty and just want to compromise you. And we have observed Police Commissioner Mr. Abalachiroma have been very clear on that. He's told his men to please learn to ensure the highest of integrity at this time, that what they are working with is the authority of the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. I know the Civil Defense had done that even at the FCT level. Iba Wobin of the Sector Commander of the FRSC had done that. Mr. Wadata Bondigan had told the DRTS official, the VIO guys on the team, to be very careful of their integrity. I know I've heard from Baba Lawal, the Director of Abuja Environmental. We had some people from his team, in our own team, that everyone should, because if we start to collect bribe, then we are compromising. You may even collect bribe from somebody with COVID-19 and allow the person go through.
Exactly.
That is not right. I think we've mentioned that, and every morning in our early morning parade, we keep on drumming that to the personnel. When you go to your beat, don't collect bribe. We are likely the ones who actually go around, we ensure compliance. There are many other persons from the Divisional Police Office. There are some from the FRSC, our unit commander, DRTS, area commander's office, that also at a certain point we have appealed to every one of us. Let's do this thing with dignity. At the end of it all, once we defeat this, we can leave. How much bribe will someone give you to kill your family?
Sure, absolutely. All right, enforcing the lockdown, that's our topic on Nigeria today. We'll take a quick break now. We'll be back in a moment. Stay with us.
COVID-19 transmission is mostly through droplets from sneezing and saliva. The most effective way to protect yourself from the virus is to practice good personal hygiene. Wash hands with soap under running water, or use an alcohol-based sanitizer if water is not available. Maintain at least 2 meters distance between yourself and anyone who is coughing or sneezing. Cover your mouth and nose with your elbow or tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of the used tissue immediately. If you have traveled recently to a country with COVID-19 outbreak in the last 14 days and you have a fever, cough, or breathing difficulty, call NCDC toll-free numbers before going to the hospital. This message is from the National Orientation Agency.
All right, so thanks for rejoining us. If you are just tuning in, you're watching Nigeria Today, and our topic is enforcement of the lockdown. And my guest is still here, Atai Haro, the chairman, FCT Task Force on COVID-19. Aside from Kubwa and the access there and Dutse, what other areas are you seeing a lot of
I think from every angle, it's largely our persons trying to come out here.
Yeah.
And what we have appealed before and want to do that again and again, and is to tell persons that even those who are on essential duties, we actually told them, if you don't have anything doing, you stay at home. Because we've observed, like what we saw yesterday at Dutse Alhaji, at Sokale roundabout, we arrested a newspaper staff, a very prominent one in Abuja, I don't want to mention the name now, who was using his car for taxi. and we arrested the person and told the person, you just cannot keep breaking the law. Yeah, journalists are to go out with their ID card, but not when you carry your Toyota Sienna and load the bus with passengers and you are flaunting the ID card of a very prominent newspaper house in Nigeria. That will not be allowed. So we have also had the problem. We have also done so much enforcement at Airport Road. That one is very clear. We've done so much at Airport Road. We've done same at Inyanyan Road. This early morning, it was a tough time. We went there 4 a.m. at Mpape, because Mpape, from what we observe, contributes about 30 to 40% of all the illegal vehicles that come into town. Mpape is one of the is a large community, but it also houses the largest slum closer to the city at the moment here. So they always pour out in the dark of the night. So we got there 4 a.m. and we are shocked to see the large number of cars coming at 4 a.m. and we are able to stand them and commence filtration here, and we filter them in very, very large number. But I think while we do all of these, and the appeal we have made is that those on the exemption list, like what the president said, if you go to the first broadcast, say those of you who can work from home, work from home. If you don't have anything doing, don't just come out here. And my appeal goes to largely my male counterpart, those of us in the masculine community here who are not used to staying at home with the family. You had raised kids, all the kids, you've left all the burden to your wife, and now you've had the time to stay at home. You just cannot stay. You're on the exemption list, either as a media person, a security man. What you do is, because your ID card can clear you, you just pick up your car key, you just drive out of the house. And we found those guys wandering around Asokoro, Maitama, Wuse, everywhere, and we stopped them to ask them, and these guys, just guys on short, having nowhere to go, and we have really asked them to please learn to stay at home with the kids, and they complain that they can't stay at home with the kids.
A lot of people are asking exactly this term that is universally used right now, working from home. What exactly does that mean?
Yeah, working from home. I told some people who are bloggers, for instance, you want some news, you get some news. Watching this program, NTA, you can do a story from what I'm saying here. You can just quote the credit NTA, but you can do a story from it. You don't need to carry all, because you are a media person. All of you will be in town. That's the truth. That means you can work from home. There are persons who can likely do some schedule from their offices, a staff schedule. You can do it from home, and you post it on various platforms in the office. That means working from home as well. Some other persons as well who can even order things online. You can do it from home. It's not that all the time you just keep coming around town, playing around town. If you can't work from home, then you should try to work from home.
Sure. All right. I myself have seen on several occasions at some roadblocks or checking points, Nyanya, Maraba axis, street hawkers. In ordinary circumstances, you see them selling their drinks, their
I think
crisps, biscuits, and that's it. We're still seeing them out and about. What's their place in this? I think
from what I
right next to the security officials.
From what I can say, let me not be indicting the Nasarawa state government now, but I know from our own end, we have tried all we could. If you go to Lugbe Road, you won't find that there. It's a clear-cut position where our men have taken position, and we are filtering the genuine guys into the city, and we're turning the other wrong ones back. At the Airport Road, we are doing the same. At Mpape, we are doing the same. We don't allow hawkers come close to us. Now, at the Inyanya end, if you watch it very carefully, from the FCT end, you can't find them. The other Nasarawa end, you'll find some of them. But many thanks to the governor of Nasarawa State, I had once or twice he come out himself. He issued out a directive to New Karo that New Karo should be under lock and key, and those at the Abacha Road police station are also enforcing that here. But sometimes you see persons still struggling to come, and we've gone there twice and tell them that they should all go home, but they try to come, they try to hang around to stay around there, and those persons who are defaulting, who we would like to want to turn back, may just turn and be hoping that some hours we are going to get weak. So they will go and crowd somewhere very far. We push them again, we clear them again. But by and large, the hawkers are not allowed to come out to stay there.
All right, what about the maze of roads that we see in certain satellite areas, back streets that Okada riders can pass through? Are those being manned and stationed?
We're manning that. If you've listened very carefully, you would have observed, Mr. Dennis, that many persons have also complained that we have tightened the New Kano Road, the one from behind Abacha Barracks in Nasarawa State, behind Abacha Barracks, Abacha Road Road Estate in Nasarawa State are coming out through the Karo Abattoir into the main Karo site here. We've tightened that grip here, and the DPO is doing a wonderful job on that stretch. On that particular alignment, the Nasarawa FCT border, we have so many porous points. That one I just mentioned now is one. The road linking Dagbana to Jukwe is one. The road linking Orozo, connecting from Orozo down to New Karishi, Nasarawa State is one. The road linking from Pianco coming out to Navy Estate in that area is one. The one from Bakin Uza to Karishi is one. The one from Kurape to Karishi. We had so many porous area there. We are manning them as much as possible. Even the one in the Niger State border point here. From Madala, you have some en route into Zuba. We are manning those ones. Some other guys will take from Zuma Rock, are connecting through and coming out at Dakwa to connect from that. Even from Dakwa to Dede, they also connect from Zuma Rock. We are manning all of those stretch here. It's a lot difficult, particularly when those roads are narrow and you have two vehicles coming, to turn back the ones who are not genuine. Allow the genuine ones coming are always very tight. That's why you get the complaint of person saying, we are staying too long here. But we must turn back the ones who are not on the exemption list and allow the good ones to come in. Now, when the bad ones are already in front in their tents, then the good one behind will be delayed because all these ones will have to turn back. And that sometimes it takes about an hour for these ones who will argue to be turned back. But now we have mobile court. I think we are good. Anyone we take the person there, we try the person, and we are on to road.
We've seen some young guys who block these back streets collecting tokens from Okada riders. Have you stopped those?
Not from our end. Not from our own end here. We've not gotten anyone. We've heard from it from neighboring states. People doing that here. Because the argument I got from when I tried to find out from someone in the neighboring state, he said they are destroying their roads. That when they finish crossing, now they would destroy the road. They are the ones who will use wheelbarrow to go and fill all their roads back. This time, at that time, COVID-19 would have been over, but now they have to charge them for the money that they will use when the COVID-19 is over to actually fill their street roads, particularly those who are having edge roads there. But I can't cross over to neighboring states. My purview and our purview is within the FCT.
All right, these are markets markets that are going to be open on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Do you think this is going to be effective, just reducing by one day?
No, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It has always been tough. We understand that very much here. And the Minister of the FCT, Malam Mohammed Musa Bello, had been very clear about that, that it's going to be tough, but the whole thing is we look at it from a standpoint of enforcement and empathy, because whether you like it or not, people bought foods on Wednesday and they are going to stay Thursday, Friday, Saturday before they go and buy again. And this time around they want to come out to go and buy in larger number. There are those who want to violate by driving their car around town. All these are all. Then there are also the ones who want to hide under the genuine, because the President and Commander-in-Chief, President Buhari, was clear that those who sell foodstuff, those who are in groceries, let me say cosmetics, and those who are in pharmaceuticals can sell. But now we find out why all these people are selling their stuff. One guy somewhere just carries his clothes, who sells clothes, we come in and hide in between. So we are filtering those ones out and ensuring that the one that the President approved are the ones. Sometimes it's not difficult. And we also observe that this informal sector is crowded in one location. In a market like we will say, when you go in, you see the informal sector in Gariki is in one location. You go to others, the informal sectors are in one location here, and most times they are overcrowded. So we go in for advocacy on social distancing, and we oftentimes clear them and ensure that they all walk in line with the principle that governs particularly the issue of staying safe at moments of COVID-19. Absolutely, certainly we all have a role to play, and this is all for our own good and the good of the wider society. Atai Haro, Chairman FCT, FCT Task Force on COVID-19. Thanks once again for being with us on Nigeria Today. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. If I may appeal to persons, and quickly. Okay, my appeal is, please, those of us who don't have anything doing, let's not. Those of us on the exemption list, I have appealed that before our uniform brothers. Please stop turning your cars into commercial vehicles. It's not allowed. Absolutely, it's not going to help anyone. Thanks again, Atai Karu. Thanks also to you for watching, and do remember you can watch this edition or any other on youtube.com/NTA News 24 Hub. My name is Dennis.